Happy Friday. So today I'm going to talk with you about designing your future and then designing your home. So I strongly believe that when you're looking at designing your home and making home improvements, you have a really big opportunity to not only make your home much better for you as you are now, but for you to reassess your whole life and decide, you know, what would you really like your life to look like, and then how can you make your home support you and in living that much better ideal life that you really love to have. So if you're feeling fed up or like your life isn't as you really want it to be, if you feel like your home's frustrating for you, you feel stuck and restricted in your home, and you find yourself having to live in a way that your home is dictating to you, rather than, you know, kind of effortlessly living in a home that you kind of almost don't notice because it's so easy to live in, then if that's you, this video is for you. So I'm going to give you 3 exercises that you can work through to help you figure out how your ideal life would look, and then what you need to do to change your home to help you live that life. So who am I? I'm Jane. I'm a chartered architect, founding director of iarchitect, and I help eco-conscious homeowners who are looking to create beautiful, comfortable homes that suit, you know, modern family lifestyle, but retain some original period features and protect the planet. So, like I said, I think that when you're looking at redesigning your home, you have a great opportunity to, first of all, reimagine your life, and then design your home so that it supports that life and helps you achieve that your more of a dream lifestyle that you would like to have. So there are a few different versions of you that might be floating around. So there is the real you now, what's going on. There is other people's expectations of you. There is the past you. There is the future you. And there is the fantasy you. So to kind of identify what that future you is going to be like and what you really want it to be like, you have to be really honest with yourself and really self-aware. And it's not really so easy to do this, but it is possible. And it's the only way, by being honest and self-aware about, you know, all these different sides of you and what it is that you really want, that is the only way that you can make a change. And also you can communicate to other people who are going to be able to help you to make that change. So what I would love to know is, which version of you does your home represent now? Is it 1, the real you now? Is it 2, a past version of you that you used to be, but you've changed, life's moved on and you're not like that anymore? Is it a fantasy you? Is it the future you? Is it your dream ideal home and you're still making changes to your life and you're going to live in a way that sort of fully uses this home? Or is it the other people's expected version of you? So I'd love to know if you could put, you know, the numbers down below to say which one you are. I'm really curious to know. So here we go. We're going to sort of get into these 3 exercises that you can use to help you identify what the future you is going to be like, and then what you can do to adapt your home and redesign your home to suit that. So the first thing to do is to keep a journal for a week, writing about daily things about your lifestyle, and especially about your life at home. And particularly write down things that you really enjoyed. What did you enjoy that day? And what frustrated you? And why did you enjoy that? And why did it frustrate you? And really sort of just getting down, get better understanding of what's really going on and what sort of your heart desires are. You know, why are you getting frustrated? Is it because you're feeling like you're having to do something because it's something that other people expect you to do? Is it because it's something that you have to do now, but you'd ideally in the future not want to be having to do that? So just journal about that, and figure things out a little bit. Start to identify what's going on. The second exercise is to imagine a typical day in your dream future life and 3 years from now, and write down things that you can smell, taste, touch, hear. What does it feel like? What do you do? What's going on? What do? You wake up in the morning. What happens next? And what happens as you go through your day? How does it end as you're going to sleep? What happens before you go to sleep? Just write all these sort of your ideal version of yourself that's going to happen in the future and how that's going to be. And then ask yourself, how would your home need to change in order to help support you in living this dream future life? Think about, if you are planning to still be living where you do now in 3 years' time, then imagine living that future life, but in your home, and what doesn't work in your home that needs to change to make it possible for you to live that dream future life. And then the third thing is, go to your wardrobe and pick out the following items of clothes. First of all, pick out something that you really love, but you never ever wear. Maybe you get it out and try it on, but you never actually leave the house in it. This item probably represents your fantasy self. It's kind of how you would love yourself to be right now, but you're not really. And it's interesting to reflect on, is that ever a version of you that you're going to be? Is it truly your fantasy self, or is it a future self that you've not quite got the confidence to be yet? Or, which is it? Is that your fantasy self or your future self? Pick out an item of clothing that you used to wear a lot, but you wouldn't be seen out of the house in now. And so this probably going to represent a past version of yourself. So reflect on that. What was that version of you? Why are you not like that anymore? And so you must be one step closer away from that past self towards a future version of you. So what's the difference, and what's the trajectory? Which direction are you moving? Pick out something that someone else bought for you, but it doesn't feel right and you never wear it. And this is kind of maybe reflects a little bit about what at least the person who gave it to you, what they expect of you, how they expect you to be. And maybe there are some other pieces, maybe they're accessories, maybe they're items of clothes. Think about, what are the expectations that others have of you? What would be the sort of person who would wear those? And is that the sort of person you'd ever want to be? What kind of home would that sort of person live in? And how different is that to the one that you want to have? And then pick out something that you wear daily. It's like your go-to. It's something that you just feel really comfortable in. And if you have to get dressed in a rush, that's the first thing you would grab for. And that's really going to be reflecting the real you as you are now. And think about, is that who you want to be, and how different do you want to be? Do you really want to be a very different person to what you are now? And what's the difference between how you really are and this sort of the more fantasy version of yourself? And where's the reality? You don't want to be designing for a future fantasy self. You want to design for a future real self, because you'll never feel comfortable if it's just a fantasy version of you that you're designing for. It needs to be a real version of you, but a version of you that you want to get to in the future. So then think about what would future you wear? You know, have you got any items in your wardrobe that do reflect how you really want to be in the future? Pick those out and think about that, and use that as a sort of a visual aid to help you imagine yourself in the future. And then what would the home of that person be like? You know, what needs to change in your home to help you be that person? I know this is maybe a little bit of a different one, something that you've not, kind of topic that you've not had me cover before. I hope this has been really interesting and helpful. I think it's really important to take that opportunity to rethink your life whenever you're redesigning your home, because there's always things that you might want to change and improve, and we've all got room for improvement. So, this is a really good chance. Changing your home is quite a radical change, and you don't want to be doing something that's going to then in the future keep you stuck and make you feel frustrated like you do now with your home. You want to sort of reimagine yourself in the future, because it can take 3 years to change your home, going through the design process, going through the build process, getting the decoration, the furniture, fitting it out the way you want it to be. That can easily take 3 years. In fact, it can easily take longer. So, imagining what that future version of you in 3 years' time is going to be like, that's the person you've got to design for, because that's the person you're going to be in 3 years' time once your home is finished. So you need to really think to the future and then design for that future version. I hope this has been helpful. I'd love to know what you think about this. Please comment below and let's have a conversation about it. Bye for now.